Today, let's break down the anatomy of a thriller that feels a little too real. The novel, We'll Get Back to You. This is a story that grabs onto the anxiety we all know from the job hunt and just twists it into a massive global conspiracy fueled by pure desperation and revenge.
It all kicks off with a phrase we have all heard a million times, right? A phrase that's supposed to signal opportunity. But in this story, those 5 little words, they're the opening line to a complete nightmare. They're the cheerful, scripted bait used by a huge network of scammers to hook their victims.
And this is the engine room of that nightmare. You gotta picture it. These fluorescent-lit rooms in places like Sarangpur, India, just filled with young agents on headsets working all through the night. They're just following a script, dialing desperate Americans and turning the very language of hope into a weapon. So the story opens with a section called The Endless Loop. And this is where we meet our main guy, an everyman, who finds out his terrible job search isn't just bad luck, it's actually by design. So this is William Carter, a successful 53-year-old tech architect who gets laid off and suddenly finds himself staring at a foreclosure notice. I mean, the stakes could not be higher. He doesn't just need a job for his career, he needs it to save his family's home. He's really the face of that modern anxiety so many people feel, like the ground is just shifting right under their feet. So when a call comes through offering a perfect job, $185,000, it feels like a lifeline. But that promise, it's just a carefully crafted illusion. The second he gives them his details for a quote-unquote background check, the reality hits him like a ton of bricks. His bank account? Emptied. Credit cards? Maxed out. And his identity? It's just gone. Now here is where the story takes a really wild turn. William discovers this isn't just some random criminal ring. Oh no, it's a black-budget government program, codenamed Perpetual Search. And its goal? To keep millions of unemployed Americans, just like him, endlessly applying for fake jobs. Why? Well, it keeps the official unemployment stats looking good, it reduces the chance of civil unrest, and hey, they get to harvest all their data. So yeah, the system isn't just broken, it's rigged. On purpose. This discovery, as you can imagine, pushes William and a lot of others right past their breaking point. So in the dark corners of the internet, a group of them connect over their shared desperation, and they decide they're done being victims. And this is the crew that they form, a group of men who've lost everything and just so happen to have a very particular set of skills. You've got DZ45, an ex-Marine explosives expert, CH_Sniper38, the sniper, TA_logistics, the guy who can make people and things disappear. And leading them is William Carter. The former cloud architect is now the architect of their revenge. Okay, so for their first big move, they decide to go straight to the source. They're not messing around. Their target? A call center in Sarangpur, India. They're going to send a message, and they're going to deliver it with fire. The team storms the call center, but it's not just about destroying the building. In a really twisted move, they force the agents, many of them just kids trying to make a living, to call back their American victims and apologize. Live, right before the whole thing goes up in flames. And this is the cost. Their message gets sent, but 67 people, the entire night shift at that call center, die in the fire and explosion. That single, stark number, it's the moment the team crosses a line that they can never, ever come back from. The aftermath is just absolute. The first node of the Perpetual Search conspiracy is literally wiped off the map. But this brutal act is just the start. The fire in Sarangpur is a declaration of war, and that war is about to come home. And this brings the fight home for the final act, the reckoning. With the whole world watching now, William's team turns their attention away from the foot soldiers in India and toward the architects of the conspiracy, right on American soil. The attack in India ignites a global firestorm. The news about the conspiracy, backed up by leaked documents, just goes viral. Protests start erupting everywhere. The story isn't just about a tragic fire anymore. It's about a shadow government program and the men who are tearing it down piece by bloody piece. The international fallout is just massive. The president of India goes on global television, not just to condemn the attack, but to expose America's role in the whole scheme, basically validating everything the team has claimed with this one devastating line. Back in the US, the hunt escalates with terrifying speed. First, they target the corporate elite, starting with the CEO of a big job site. Then, they go after the creators of the premium access scams. And finally, They set their sights on the U.S. senators who enabled the whole conspiracy. So the war is no longer being fought in some remote call center. It's happening in the boardrooms, the penthouses, and the secure compounds of America's most powerful people. The tables have turned. The hunters have become the hunted.
And all of this leads to the central question of the entire story. I mean, the team's actions are brutal. Their methods are merciless. They're killing people. But they're targeting a system that has destroyed millions of lives. So where is that line? Where's the line between justice and terrorism? And have they crossed it?
Ultimately, that's what this novel forces you to think about. It's a pressure cooker. It takes a relatable, ordinary guy like William Carter and puts him through a system designed to break him. And it forces us, the readers, to ask a really uncomfortable question. What would any of us be capable of if we were pushed to the absolute edge?
And so we end right back where we started, with that same simple phrase. But now it's no longer a false promise from a scammer. Now it's a threat. It's the vigilante's chilling vow to the powerful people still hiding in the shadows. It's a new kind of loop, and it leaves you wondering, who are they coming for next?